use the last session to say like, hey, we're going to do a recap of our time together. Maybe something I personally like to do on that last session, if it works, is actually flag with them like, hey, this is coming up to the end of our package. I'd love it if you can earmark an extra half an hour, and we'll probably extend the session a bit and do a bit of a wrap up of this, this package, and we can totally discuss ongoing options, etc. Like put that up front, even in an email or something. So one, it's not a big surprise, because you don't want to use someone's last session selling. You have to spend that last session looking at goals anyway. So the other thing is you don't have to flag it. You can just say it's our final session. This is actually our wrap-up session. And what I like to do is let's take a ride down memory lane. And, I don't think you and I even wrote our goals formally when we started, but I'd love it if we can rewind. Remember that day you came in the office or, whatever it was. What were your 3 key goals when you walked in? Do you remember how you were feeling and what it was that we said we wanted to work on together? And, jot them down and say, so what are you, where are we now? Let's look at where we are today. Tell me how you're feeling, how have the last few weeks been? And then you can even ask some key questions in the beginning. So, what would you say are the 3 biggest takeaways that you've taken from our 12 weeks together? We're kind of closing one door and opening another. Closing this chapter and gone, it's amazing. Like we set this goal, whether or not you guys hit the goals, by the way, for everyone. In Kiara's case, luckily we have. But in most people's cases, their goal probably was different than what you thought it was anyway. They said they wanted to lose weight, but actually they wanted to be happier. So, we can do a reflection phase, but we're kind of closing the door on, it's so wonderful. Okay, now we've got you running, we've lost weight, we've got this. What do you feel maybe another way to phrase it might be, so where are you now? Are there other areas that you feel that you'd like to start working on in the same way that we have over the last 12 weeks? Or in some people's cases, it might be, you came to me for weight loss and we ended up spending the last 12 weeks working on your stress, which we know was really the issue behind it all. Now that we've really got your stress under control, and yes, there's some maintenance to do, you can kind of plug that kind of thing. Would it feel right now to start actually looking at the weight loss piece for you? How are you feeling about that piece now? So there's no script here, but you can kind of see the structure and the mindset that I'm taking with it of, let's look at where you were, where you are today. What were some key learnings to get them excited, like get them in their words saying, these are the 3 best things that I've learned or that I've achieved, or, whatever that might be. And then actually, I just want to pause on that. It's really important as a coach to be asking the right questions when reflecting. I had I think it was funny in hindsight, lesson for myself, group mastermind call about 2 weeks ago. And I got on the laser coaching call. And, there was about 20 something people, I think, on the call that day. And I'm like, guys, I think something was happening technical wise. Just while I get this, I had to get something off the printer. While I get off the printer, can you all just put a comment in the chat box of where you are, how you're feeling in your business right now? And I walked around to get the paper and I walked back. And this group's doing really well. They're a really great group. I've actually changed the curriculum, which is what you all get now too. And I'm like, yeah, this group's going great. And I come and sit back at my computer and I look in the chat box and it's just like a wall of negativity. Anyway, get to the end of the call and I think, well, I've got to boost people back up. So I'm going to say, let's just try to be positive at the end of this call. And let's just now finish up with one comment in the chat box of a positive thing in your business right now. And again, I think I looked away and was writing notes or something. And I looked back up and it was like an avalanche of the best results that I've ever seen in a program in my life. 14 people in my group program, 8 discovery calls this week, 5K month, 6K month. I'm just like, what? And I'm laughing like this going, what's going on? You guys just told me that everything was falling apart and terrible. And when I got off, at first I was like, oh, they didn't ask the right question. And we were, I was like, you didn't see how that belief cycle works. You were looking for a negative. But actually it was also me as a coach. I didn't say what's going great in your business right now. I just said, give me a comment of what's in your business right now. There's a big difference. And that's the thing, we find what we look for. But I'm saying this to you today as a, coach to coach. I also didn't ask the right question. And I just asked a middle of the range question. And I know what happens. Two things. One, we all turn up to coaching calls, because I do it with my coach, with the negative, because we want to be solved. We want the fix. And two, the minute you get one or two people putting negative, everyone's going to copy, and no one's going to be the black sheep and go, I'm doing great. The reason I say this now is because you might come and tell me, and all of us here today, my client's running marathons and he's lost weight and all this, but he might be sitting there going, I'm more depressed than ever, life's falling apart. And also for big achievers, A-type personalities, always going for the next, always going for the next, always going for the next. And there never comes. You never get there. We all do it, like we're in growth all the time, and we forget how far we've come. So does that give you some ideas on how to frame it, but then go back almost into discovery session mode? Yeah. Once you've identified a new area, the kind of beats that we touch in discovery sessions. So take him high on where he wants to be. Take him low into the pieces, what's not working. How's that impacting? Be willing to take him there. What are his fears of what's going to happen in his marriage, his career, his all these things because of what's going on? It's happening anyway. You asking the questions is not making the pain. It's happening for him anyway. And then ask, why would now be the right time to commit? And then make it an option and just say, would you like to explore how it would look for us to continue working together? From there, or actually before there, you have a couple of choices to make. You can either sell him another package again, and I do like packages because they continue to work in that same container where you have a goal, a specific, outcome. It can be measurable, and you can do this. You can even say to him, if he's wanting to work ongoing, you can even say, I like to work in 3-month packages at a time. But of course, we can always keep renewing.
This coaching corner was a snippet of a laser coaching session in my Upswing Mastermind program, the ultimate 6-month business experience where I support new health coaches to build their clients' cash flow and confidence. To help you get started right away with your own health coaching business, I've put together a free Healthy Wealthy Biz ebook. This is packed with 10 case studies of wellness entrepreneurs who made a great living in their first 6 to 12 months in business. Download the ebook now for expert marketing tips and to find out how they did it so you can do the same. I've dropped the link below this video. If you found this Coaching Corner video useful, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and please leave a comment. I love to hear your thoughts and takeaways. Thanks so much for watching this episode, beautiful. I will see you next time.